Good evening, everybody. This is Kevin Christian. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here speaking with another targeted individual. This is Gio from Boston. How's it going?
I'm doing fine, Kevin. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. For the circumstances.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I was smiling, because it's not a good situation, but we just have to deal with it. That's just how it is, you know. We're targeted individuals. We just have to deal with it.
We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice at all.
Right.
So, how long have you been dealing with this remote neuromonitoring stuff?
It's been about 2 years on the day, almost. I think it was 2 years ago, beginning of April, I think, if I can remember properly.
Right.
It's been about 2 years.
And it's strange how they never stop 24/7.
They never stop. They've been saying the same shit the whole fucking time.
They just say, they have their little quotes, you know.
Since day one, they've been saying the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Every day. It's ridiculous.
It's funny. They all get on mind control together, and they just say the same things. And it's
they're addicted to it. They're addicted to it. The junkies.
They are, and it's strange because sometimes when you get an extra person coming on your channel, they still say the same things because they're on mind control with the same group. So they all just say the same thing. So in my case, it's like I'm dealing with the same person 5 times.
Right.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Yeah. You know, I'm really confused of why these people are able to access this and how they just pass it around to young kids, and it seems like a lot of them are pedophiles. I'm speechless.
They're definitely pedophiles. I have the same situation. My stalkers were upstairs from me, and they were inviting high school kids over after school, like the after school special with these perverts, and they come over my house, and there's school kids going upstairs, and they're showing them perverted shit.
Yeah, they're probably doing more than that.
Who knows what they're doing, because I can't see them, but they can see me, but I can't see what they're doing. But I know who was going upstairs because I could see them going upstairs.
Right.
High school kids after school. It's like Auntie Frankenkenkel's after school special over there. You know, it's just ridiculous.
Well, half of the kids over here, they just quit going to school altogether so they could be on mind control all the time.
I really don't know what's going on in their house, but what they do to me is it's crazy. You know, it's insane.
Yeah.
Who would want to do that to a person? First of all, a normal people do not want to play with my balls. You know,
Right.
In a discreet location, somewhere sitting on a couch with a bunch of fucking weirdos, and just, you know, sending you pains, trying to torment you mentally. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I find it really strange that they love to torture people so much. Because they know what you think, and they know what bothers you the most. So they like to try to do that. That's what they want to do the most of, is what bothers you worst.
I know that. I know your situation because I've been watching your channel.
Right.
My stalkers are dumber than yours.
I don't know about that.
They're dumb motherfuckers.
I got some.
Listen,
I got some idiots over here.
You have to be a dumb motherfucker to even want to do it in the first place. So
right.
They're dumb motherfuckers.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people that have access to this neuromonitoring that don't become gang stalkers. And I'm not saying that they're good people, because they know what's going on and they just sit back and watch this happen to other people. But the ones that think for themselves, and they don't particularly like to be on mind control with a bunch of idiots, and so they'd have to find somebody very intelligent to connect to. And even then, you know, I don't see myself wanting to connect to other people's mind all the time. I like to be able to think for myself.
Yeah, I know that. And, you know, if I had remote in my hands, I'd want to connect to a genius and listen to what he had to say, or I had to think.
Right.
But I don't want to play with this ball bag.
See how much you can
You know what I
bother
mean?
him.
You know what I mean? This is how these people do it.
They really
They
do.
want to play with your ball bag. They want to send you pains. They want to torment you mentally. If I had remote, I would just listen to the dude, and he wouldn't even know I was there.
Right. Right. Well, that a lot
I
of them
want
do
to.
that.
I want to dissect his mind, and not. Why would I want to molest him at the same time?
Yeah.
I don't. That's why I don't understand how these people do it like that.
Well, I was on remote for a lot longer than I knew about. When I found out about it had been going on for a long time with the broadcast and them connecting to me, but I just didn't know it. It was when they started actually gang stalking me and talking with the artificial telepathy that I really knew that something was going on. Before that, I was still on remote and they were connecting to me, but I didn't have a clue about it. And you know what? There's a lot of people out there that are on remote and if we could stir things up enough to get all these people that aren't being tortured and gang stalked to realize that they're on remote neural monitoring too, then it would be far greater numbers for us to try to get something done about it.
I think some people probably hear little voices and hear that, and you might think they're crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I didn't think for 1 second when it first started happening to me. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew it was people fucking with me.
Right. Yeah, I did too because I knew a lot of the people that were involved in my situation, but yeah, I mean you don't just start hearing people, especially if you know them, and then they know everything you're thinking, and yeah. There's no question to me, right from the beginning, I knew that something was going on. I was just trying to figure out exactly what it was.
It's hard to explain to people that haven't been through this, but when you first start experiencing that, it drives you crazy because they fuck with you so bad. You're like, who the fuck would do this? And you're going nuts. I got obsessed with trying to find out who they were, what they're doing, trying to catch them, and it drives you crazy.
Right, me too.
They fucked with me. They tortured me for 6 months straight, 24/7, and I stuck an axe in their door, and they called the police on me, and I go to jail for it. That's how they do it. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what was going on, so that's how they get you. But after that, I know that's what they're trying to make me do, so they don't have me after that.
Right.
They can't make me do that again.
Well.
So now it's like, I know they're just a bunch of fucking morons.
There's a lot of situations where they have stuff going on that they can't call the police.
Right, but see, they made a mistake because I didn't know who they were. But for them to call the police and do that, now I have a police report with their names on it. They're not very smart.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Because
yes.
You're a fucking idiot. That's why I do that.
See, this guy Marcus over here, he's him and the gangs, his niece Emily and a bunch of them. They have to pretend not to exist, and now they've got this situation where they've been torturing me and doing all this stuff for so long, and they have to watch forever and make sure that I don't get the neural monitoring, because if I ever get access to neural monitoring, that's the end of their life. They're going to prison forever.
Yeah, and they want to see everything you do because you're putting them out there, and they want to make sure they're safe. So they're addicted to you. Now you're stuck with them.
Yeah,
it's like
but
a virus.
Even if they
now you
weren't,
have a virus.
Even if they weren't addicted to me, they have to pay attention. Now it's a liability. That's what it's becoming. That's what it's becoming with a lot of targeted people as we start to understand how things work, and now we start to see who's responsible for it. Then we know that neural monitoring is online. And we know that that's how they're accessing these settings is online, and it's a satellite broadcast, and you can't escape it. So the more that they do to us, the more that we could take from it and learn from it, and then it starts to become a liability. Well, we've targeted all these people. Now we have to watch all these people, but how many people can they really watch?
They're having a great time with it right now, but eventually it's going to come around.
Yeah.
They're going to be looked at. But they don't look at the future. They just look at right now.
That's exactly right. They don't care. They just want to be a broadcast.
They don't see tomorrow. They don't see in the future. They're just right now. We get to do whatever we want with this dude, and it's fucking just crazy. It's insane. It's insane.
It is. When these people get on mind control, it seems, and I believe that the way that the broadcast, when it works, while they're asleep, they're really awake in their mind. And I believe that that has an effect on their psychological stability over time, because I think the natural
it drives
cycle
them
of
insane.
sleep,
They're insane.
they really are.
We don't have remote, but if me or you put it on our head, 2 months from now, our heads will be burnt out. These people act like total fucking maniacs, and they're psychopaths.
They
have
seem
no
to care about
sympathy.
nothing.
They have no compassion. They don't feel bad for anything they do. They just do it.
They're
It
narcissists.
fucks your head up.
They're narcissists real bad. They only think about themselves. They don't care about their closest family members.
Right.
They don't care
and right
about.
now, Kevin, every time I watch your channel, they heat me. Right now they're going, he's a fucking retard. Right now they're fucking heating me because I'm talking to you, and I love it. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Fuck you.
You know, you're not the first person to tell me that. So they don't like.
Yeah, it's like what?
They don't like it. They don't like that people are finding out the truth. And my gang stalkers were dumb enough to not give me neural monitoring even when I started to go public with all of this in 2016.
Yeah.
So,
Right, but they can't stop. They can't stop. They're so addicted to it. You could put them out right till the very end, and they'll go right to the very end till they get caught.
yeah, they will.
They're addicted. They're addicted. I always say, I'm your heroin, motherfucker. I'm your heroin. If I could take away the remote neutral monitoring right now and just it disappeared, they'd be fiending out to play with my dick.
Yeah, that's what I tell them too.
They're
They'll be
fucking
withdrawing.
psychopaths.
They need me to think. They need me to think.
I'm their heroin.
Yeah.
You're their heroin.
We're
That's how it is.
definitely their drug of choice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, I'm a good drug. So you.
Well, it's
Obviously, right?
it's the way we think. It's the way we move. They love to feel that. You know, they can feel what
Yeah,
we
right.
feel. You know, it's
I'm
like
a very talented motherfucker, and that's why they do it to me. And I think it's probably the same with you.
right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's been so many of them on my channel, and then I'll go out and have fun, and they pay attention to every little detail, and the more stuff I have going on, the less they bother me because they're so interested. As soon as I sit
Right.
back and chill, they start trying to do some sort of gang stalking session for their live
Yeah.
stream.
You know what it is for me? What I think is they want your attention 100%. They want your attention all the time. They want your attention. Then they want me talking back to them, back and forth, back and forth, back
Yeah.
and forth. But once you get in a situation where you're not paying attention to them, they're like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like now that they're stumped. Now they're stumped. But they want your attention 100%.
They're getting
It's like,
entertained.
you little fag- hey, listen, you little faggot, you want my attention 24/7? Doesn't that make you a bitch?
It's funny because as soon as I acknowledge anything they're saying, then they go into gang stalker mode and they start trying to do the narration and say everything I'm thinking and make a little and their little scenarios. It's the same old story. Like you played that out 3 years ago, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know what you mean because it's the same thing with me. Like they're always their main thing is he's a retard. He's a retard 24/7. He's crazy. He's crazy. But then I'll hear a new voice come in, and then it'll be a new voice, right? And you'll be like, he's crazy. And I'm like, who's that? Some fucking weirdo trying to say, hey, I want to say he's crazy too.
What?
It's just like you're a fucking chump, Whit. You're a fucking chump.
A bunch of mind
I
control
want to say it
idiots.
too. Hey, how was that? Did I sound cool? He's crazy.
Shut the
fuck up,
they can
fucking
use voice settings though. They like this guy,
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I got 3 of them on my
Yeah.
channel now, and they're always using voice settings. Marcus, he never hardly uses his real voice. He's always using a girl voice. He told me he's been a boy his whole life, so that's why he likes to be a girl as a broadcast. And another
Don't do
guy.
all the bitches.
Look, all 3 of them, they've turned gay, they've turned incest. The mind controls, it's fucked them up, man. It really has.
It definitely fucks you up.
Yeah.
I used to think I wanted to get that, but now that I've gone through it for so long, I don't think I want to put that on my head because I don't think anybody's immune to getting addicted to that like that. And I think it's an evil thing, and it might turn you evil even though you're a good person.
I think so too, and I used to feel the same way. I used to want that neural monitoring. I used to want to try the mind control, and they all have mind control sex and stuff like where they can feel each other's senses. And I used to be like, man, you know, that might be all right, but you know, after you deal with them for a certain amount of time, you start to realize that mind control is messing them up. And I don't think I'd ever want to put it on my head.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because I think it's a dangerous thing.
Yeah. My dad, he always said...
Look at the way they act. You know, I don't want to act like that.
My dad, he always said... he always said he never tried one single cigarette. He was like, what if I do like it? You know? And that's a good way to be.
Yeah, right. Same thing, right.
You know, people shoot up dope and do all kinds of stuff, and then they never quit. You know, so it's probably awesome. You know, it's probably the shit to do that, right? But then you're a junkie.
I'm just, you know what I think. I don't know because I'm not there, but I think it makes them feel good to see somebody suffer and starve and not have work and to be depressed. Why would that make you feel good?
Well, I
think that's what makes them feel good.
They need to try to bring people down to their level. They need to try to feel good about themselves. And if somebody else is being more successful than them, especially the person that they're targeting to try to destroy, it's devastating. And what they need for us to be worse off than them so they can feel like they're successful or relevant.
So in other words, they can't have a life. They have to see my life.
We are their life. We are their life in reality, but they don't look at it that way.
So, you know, I used to look at it as what the fuck is going on, but now what I look at it is I should take it as a compliment because they're addicted to me because they love my life and they can't have one. So in a way I look at it as, should I take this as an insult or a compliment?
I look at it the same way.
Take it as a compliment.
I look at it the same way. But, you know, ultimately it's really pollution because it's a two-way connection. So I don't know if you've gotten to the point. I've been dealing with this for about 5 years knowingly, or at least 4 that I knew about it. And before then, it was already going on too. But when they're connected to you, it's a two-way connection. So a lot of times I can feel what they're thinking before they say it. And it's really pollution. I feel like I want my mind to be clean, my own thoughts. And I don't need these idiots connected to me all the time. But they want to be connected all the time, and I don't have a choice at this point. And I call them pollution, and I call them parasites.
Yeah, they're definitely a virus.
Yeah.
They're a virus.
They feed off of us, but then they want to harm us at the same time.
They're trying to destroy our lives. They're trying to fuck it up every way they possibly can. But in reality, they're fucking up their own lives. They're not fucking my life up.
Oh, yeah. It's just a matter of time.
They're all losers. You know what I mean? They don't have a life. They're sitting on the couch ragging on me all day when I'm working, talking shit while they're collecting EBT and Social Security.
Yeah, and trying to make $6 off of a live stream. They act desperate. They act so desperate all the time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Yeah, I'd rather be on this side of it than on that side of it.
Yeah.
Any day. If I had a choice to go over there, I'm not going over there. I'd rather be gang stalked than be a gang stalker.
Right.
Any day. Any day.
All right. Well, I'm running out of time. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything like that you want to plug in?
Yes, I do. It's called Third World Gorilla Farmer on YouTube and Instagram. And it's 3 World Gorilla, GUERRILLA. Farmer, Third World Gorilla Farmer on Instagram and YouTube, and my Facebook is GEO.Fiasco, FIASCO on Facebook.
All right, cool. Everybody check that out. This is Geo from Boston. I'm Kevin Christian, and we are on remote neural monitoring.
Thanks for having me, Kevin.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.